can I find a woman like that?
Hello, thanks for watching this video. Obviously today's song is Jessie's Girl by Rick Springfield, and Rick Springfield happens to be one of my most favorite songwriters of all time. He's just such a great songwriter, great guitar player too, and he's also had some world-renowned guitar players play on his albums. In fact, on this solo, it was actually performed by Neil Giraldo, who you might recognize that name as he is Pat Benatar's husband and longtime guitar player on all of the good Pat Benatar albums too. So yeah, this is just a fabulous solo. It's got a couple of tricky parts in it, and I have it broke down to 6 different licks on this one, and really the song really and solo really needs no introduction. It's one of the most famous songs ever written in rock and roll history. So let's dig right in. Lick number 1. Okay, lick number 1. We're going to start on the 7th fret of the G string. We're going to hit it 3 times, and you can do a little vibrato at the end there. Okay, then we're going to go to the 12th fret of the high E, and then the 12th fret of the B, 10th fret of the B, 10th fret of the high E. So far we got... One more time. If you notice, on the 12th fret, I bar it with my ring finger, and then I use 2 separate fingers on the 10. And that's because I want to hit a 9th right after that. Okay, so the next note is the 9 on the high E, then the 10 on the B, 10 on the high E, then we're going to go to the 10 on the B again and bend up to 12 and back down to 10. So all together we got... You do it again real slow. One more time. Okay, and that's lick number 1. Okay, lick number 2. We're going to start on the 17th fret of the B string and bend it to the 19th. Okay, so when we bend up, we're going to hold it and then strike the 17th fret on the high E string. Okay? You hear that screamy sound? I don't know how else to describe it, but that's when you hit those 2 notes together. And it makes that. Now, I've seen some people play the solo with a tap like this, but it doesn't give you that screamy sound, which I think is on the original recording. So anyways, so we're going to hit that bend up, and then we're going to re-pick that bent note and bring it down. So it's like this. Okay, then after that part is 15, 14, 12 on the B, and then 14 on the G. And we're going to do that twice. Now each one is a little bit different rhythmically, but you can kind of hear the difference. So. Okay, and then to end the lick, we're just going to strike the 11th on the G. So all together. Okay, and so in context with the first lick, it would be Okay, so that's lick number 2. Okay, so lick number 3. This can be a little bit tricky at first. I'm going to try to explain it as best I can. Okay, so we're at the 15 and 14 on the B and high E, and we want to hit that twice. So I just go up, down, that's, just as, or down, up for my picking. Okay, and then we're going to hit the 12 and then the 10 on the high E. And I want to tell you my fingering because I do it for a reason here. And then for that 12-10, I use my ring and my index finger. And I want to make sure that I hit that 10 with my index finger because you want to set your middle and your ring finger up for the next section. Okay, so. And then my fingers are almost in place. I'm purposely. And then I'm going to. The next section is the 12s, and we're going to slide them up to 14 and then back down. Okay, now I only pick that section one time. I just do a downstroke. Like that, okay? So the full lick. And remember, I'm picking and sliding almost together. And then back down to the 12. Okay, so. And that's lick number 3. Let me try to do it slower for you. And it's the fingering that's important here because this can get really confusing if you try to use different fingering. So try to set yourself up for the next part. So one more time. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. Let's see, what's the lick? Oh yeah. Okay, that's it. That's the lick in context. So yeah, that's lick number 3. Hopefully that all makes sense. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment or email me or get a hold of me on Facebook, whatever. Because I want you to be able to get this. Okay, so that's lick number 3. Okay, so lick number 4. I probably could have combined lick number 4 and lick number 5, but I wanted to talk about lick number 4 on purpose because of the last note of this lick. Okay, so this is a real easy lick. We're just going to start on the 15th fret of the high E, to 14, to 12, to 15 on the B, back to 12 on the high E, and then 15 on the B. Okay, so it goes real slow. Now, that last note I wanted to talk about. You want to give that last note some attitude. You want to give it some vibrato, and just like listen to the original recording, you'll hear he's got some real good attitude on it. So he put some good vibrato on it, and so instead of hitting a note flat like this, you want to give that last note a little shake. Make it your own, okay? And I like to, if I do a big, wide, hard vibrato, I like to do it with my second finger. You may like your third finger. However it is. So end on that note where you feel the most comfortable with a nice, heavy vibrato. Okay, so that's lick number 4, and be sure to, just be aware of where your licks are ending, what note your licks are ending on, and then how are you treating that last note of your licks? Are you giving it some attitude? Does it call for some attitude first? That should be another thing. Or does it call for just a nice flat, what's the note calling for in context with the song itself? And then, so be sure you are aware of your last notes and what you're doing with them. So that's lick number 4. Okay, lick number 5 is a real simple one. In fact, like I said before, I should have combined lick 4 and 5 together, but I want to talk about them separately. So, well, I could turn my amp on and plug my guitar in. So lick number 5, we start on the 11th fret of the G string, 14 on the G, then 12 and 14 on the B, and then 14 on the G. So, let me do that again. And that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple lick, especially when it's super broke down like that. So, and that's lick number 5. One more to go. Okay, so lick number 6, the last lick. So we're going to start on the 9th fret of the G. We're going to play the 8 on the B at the same time. Okay? Then we're going to slide up to the 11 and on the G and 10 on the B. And then after the 10 or the 11 and 10, we're going to do the 12th frets on the G and the B together. So, okay, and then for the last position will be the 14th fret of the G and 15th fret of the B string, and we're going to hit that twice. So all together, nice and slow, we have. Okay, and then to end this lick, we're going to slide down to the 2nd fret on the G. Let me move my position so I come in camera. So, clear down to the 2nd fret of the G string, and that is the entire lick. So, real slow. Hopefully you can see that okay. And that's the entire solo. That's all 6 licks, and just take them one at a time. Take each lick one at a time. Practice it until you have them, and there you go. You know the solo to Jessie's Girl. I hope you got some value from this. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and get a hold of me on Facebook or email me any questions. Let me know with a comment if there's any other solos you want me to do a lesson on. And thanks again for watching this video. Take care.